What's going on, everybody? It is Chivalrous Review here, hitting y'all with a Chainsaw Man 116 review slash breakdown for everybody here tonight. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell down below if you haven't already to be up to date with everything I do on the channel for y'all amazing people. So, honestly, guys, this is my first ever Chainsaw Man review. I'm kind of nervous. Part 1, I was kind of 50-50 with. A lot of people called it a masterpiece. I thought it was alright. I didn't like Denji as the main character, but I love all the other side characters. And Power is one of my favorite characters in Chainsaw Man. To me, she's the GOAT character in Chainsaw Man. So after this chapter, I literally had a smile on my face because, Denji said something that reminded him of Power. And, I had to smile at that because Power is one of my favorite characters. But I'm here to restart reviewing Chainsaw Man Part 2, so hopefully I'll give this a fair shake and let me know if I did good in this review, my first review of Chainsaw Man. And yeah, just let me know everything in the comment section down below when this review is done. So, in the beginning of the chapter, we see Denji and Asa is talking about starfish because in last week's chapter, Denji brought up, hey, why don't you eat starfish? Because Asa said she didn't want to eat the other fish, because of the eyes and everything, and she doesn't want to eat it, which is kind of crazy because you're eventually going to starve yourself to death because you have nothing else to eat, basically. And, they're going through the whole Eternity Devil situation. Yeah, I remember that from Chainsaw Man Part 1, and if y'all are anime only originals, y'all finally saw, like, the Eternity Devil animated, and you saw how all of them literally was going to starve to death eventually if Denji didn't do nothing against Eternity Devil. So it looked like that would be the same case to Asa right here. And Denji pointed out, hey, what about starfish in last week's chapter? So in this week's chapter, Asa is basically telling Denji which starfish is edible and which is non-edible. And it just shows how smart she is as a character, man. She's a scholar and everything. She hires herself in high regards because how she was talking to her about herself like in the earlier chapters in this date with Denji. So she basically said that one's not edible, that one isn't edible, but this one is edible, but we need to boil it because it's toxic. So Denji came in clutch, got some equipment from the staff rooms and all that stuff to boil the starfish, and now she can eat it. And she notices that there's hats laying on the floor, and she asks him about it, and he's like, well, I need to I'm just selling these school hats so I can get money from that. And she's like, why are you so obsessed with money? And he basically said, like, it's for my sister, my friend that sort of is like my little sister to me, and like she's a really smart kid, and one day she's gonna go to college, and I'm just using this as tuition for her to go to college. So I'm like, okay, Denji, pretty cool. Like Chainsaw Man Denji, Part 1 Denji usually irritate me because he also always thought about tits and ass all the time and everything, which I get, but it's like, come on, man, you gotta have some more stuff to your character. Even though his character does develop a little bit more later in Part 1, but I was not a fan of Denji in Part 1 of Chainsaw Man. But Part 2 Denji, we get why he's doing it. We saw the end of Chainsaw Man Part 1. He has somebody he has to take care of. So when he was selling like those cigarettes to the homeless people and everything, trying to make a profit out of it, I understood why he was doing it, because he has somebody to take care of, and now he has given confirmation of that in this week's chapter of Chainsaw Man. He's getting tuition for you, we all know who, and yeah, shows Denji have like a good, has some good in him, and I can't wait till she's like revealed to Asa and they have a conversation, because I bet she is a super genius. If Denji's like, all right, I gotta get her like a school tuition for college because she's already this smart, like, she's got to be a freaking genius. So I would love to see her talk to another genius like Asa and see how that's going to go and everything. And the War Devil's going to say something because you're going to know that girl's a Joe Devil and everything like that. So that's going to be cool interaction as well. So he basically starts saying, because she started eating eating some other fish as well after the starfish. She's like, wait a minute, I thought you just said you couldn't eat the other fish though. And I guess she doesn't care at this point. She just needs something to eat, so she takes a bite of it. And she's like, bleh, like she's gonna throw up. Denji starts laughing, and he's like, you're fun. And she's like, fun? And he responds by saying, what you saying is totally boring, but you're interesting to watch. So And I understand Denji's not into like the super smart explanation stuff. Cause remember in the beginning of the date, she was out here explaining like all these fishes and everything. She calculated the whole time schedule of the date between her and Denji. And Denji's like, bro, I just want to see some penguins. Like penguins are cool, so I want to see some penguins. And like I understand that. Like even though sometimes I have a problem with Denji, I can understand where you come from. Penguins are cool. Why would you want to see penguins? Well, so I'm like, okay, I'm with Denji. Asa's kind of being kind of a control freak. She kind of sounds like Makima in a way. She's like, you don't have to think about anything. Just let me just handle the rest. I'm just like, all right, calm down. Asa sound like Makima right now. You scaring me. You scaring me. But yeah. Denji actually do see some fun in Asa, even though like she could come off as boring. She does stuff that makes him like see her as an interesting person or interesting girl to talk to. And this Asa just started like like getting conceited, like confident in herself. Like she's like, oh yeah, that's right, I am an interesting woman. And then just like, yeah. And then she's like, I'm fun, right? And then just like, yeah. Then she responds by saying, while pointing at him, I'm glad you noticed you have a good eye. I'm charming, and I'm just like, Asa, what's going on with you? But I'm just like, maybe she's still trying to make him as a weapon. Like if she's thinking like, okay, I'm actually winning him over, maybe I still can turn him into a weapon. And maybe that's still her plan. So she's trying to get him to just admit like, yeah, okay, I see you as interested, you're a cool girl and everything, and maybe draw some more motion for him to maybe use him as a weapon of sorts. So she's like, it's good, right? And he's like, well, I like that attitude. Reminds me of an old friend. And I had to smile because he has to be referencing Power, the GOAT. Power is my favorite character in Chainsaw Man Part 1. When she comes to introduce herself, she's like, oi, 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 I'm Power. I'm just like, she's a GOAT, and I love her, and I love everything about her. Even when, like, her sacrifice to Denji at the end of Part 1, I just had to smile because it was such a power way of doing things. When she looked like she was about to, like, betray Denji and give him to Mako, like, nah, I can't do this. He's my friend. I was just like, Power's a GOAT. But this made me smile because it showed like Denji is remembering everything he had went through with his friends / comrades in Chainsaw Man Part 1, and it's good to see like he will never forget them, and he probably goes day by day missing these guys. So seeing somebody that reminds him of those people is a cool little scene. So after that, we see Asa starts to get an idea of how to get out of there, and then she's like, what's the plan? And she's like, we got to collect money. So he's running behind Asa while they're running through that aquarium, and they're getting all this money, all this yen, and basically they kept collecting, and he's like, I got 14,000. I saw a backpack that had 14,000 yen, and Asa said, yeah, let's steal that too. And Denji like, hell yeah. So like Denji's having have a time of his life right now. This date looked like it's hitting all cylinders. First, it looked like this date it was gonna be an all failure, but thanks to Eternity Devil, like this date is hitting all cylinders. So they're running through the aquarium, having a good time. I love this picture of Asa looking back at Denji, and they smiling, just having fun, man. They're really having a lot of fun with this, and it's good to see. So then he's like, what about together the money I collected is over 1 million. Yeah, so what do we do with it? And she's like, give it all to me. And Denji's like, oh hell no. This is like, once we out of here, I grant you any request. And Denji, of course, Denji being Denji, he's like, help yourself. And I'm just like, you freaking horn dog. Because he might ask for something perverted. Like, I would not be surprised that he will ask her, hey, can I get 3 squeezes on your chest, like on your breast, like how Power gave him 3 squeezes on her chest, and Chainsaw Man Part 1 in the bathroom and everything. And I would not be surprised if he asked that. Maybe he asked for more squeezes, but that if he does that, that's the 10 out of 10 request, Or maybe he's gonna ask her, hey, maybe you can be like a sort of a mom to the girl I said I was taking care of, or something, like, maybe it'll be more cool to she had more people to talk to, and you're smart just like her, so maybe you could come back to my place and y'all can have a chat a little back and forth and everything. It'll be nice for her and everything, have more people to talk to. So anything's up to discussion. So, but it'll take time for us to see when it happens. So he's like, well, while I do that, just do exactly as I say. Then just like, yes, man. Like, he's just going through this whole thing. He keeps saying yes, man, to everything Asa says. It's pretty funny. And he said, go over there, close your eyes and cover your ears. And that's when she says, yes, ma'am. And this is when she goes to one of the exhibits, and she's like, I'll pay 1,000,000 yen in this. I paid the 1,000,000 yen in the bag to buy this aquarium spear at the cliffhanger panel. So she's basically gonna use the aquarium and use it as a spear. Maybe it's a way to bring out the Eternity Devil. I don't know, but it's gonna be very interesting to see how this is gonna play out in next chapter, Chainsaw Man. But enjoyable chapter, man. Enjoyable chapter. Denji made me laugh. Like, it made me have a warm smile on my face when he said she reminded him of Power. He didn't really say the name Power, but we all kind of knew what he was referring to. But if you don't think it was Power he was referring to, let me know in the comment section down below as well. But I think he was reminiscing of Power. And basically, they look like their date is hitting all cylinders, man. She look like she can be a fun person to Denji, and I just love the chemistry between these two characters so far. And yeah, I thought this is a great chapter, a pretty good chapter of Chainsaw Man. And yeah, we're gonna see what's gonna happen next chapter of Chainsaw Man. So let me know what y'all think about this chapter. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know everything you thought about this chapter in the comment section down below, and let me know what y'all thoughts about my first review on Chainsaw Man. Was it good? Was it bad? Or just to be honest. But anyway, that's pretty much it, everybody. And if I actually does have like a colored thumbnail of a manga panel, I will have after the video in the description section down below. I'll have that artist Manga Colors social media link in the description section. And because, you know, we try our best to support artists the best way we can in this channel. And yeah, that's pretty much it, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, have a beautiful, wonderful day. See y'all later. Deuces. See y'all later, guys.